Okay, this is The Ninja on the Sega Master System. Now, you can see there's reams and reams of text for this story, which, it just goes beyond what there needs to be. You are a ninja, you throw shurikens, other ninjas try to kill you. The end is all there needs to be. For the level of game this is, and how basic it is, this is far too much boredom to send you to sleep. Some of my comments might seem a little backwards, because I owned a Mega Drive first, but as this game starts, I'm drawn back to Mercs on the Mega Drive, and the way you're walking up the screen firing at things. There's plenty of older arcade games the same, but that's the kind of, it's this kind of idea they're going for. The controls are pretty good. It took me a little while to get used to them, but once I was, then really I couldn't blame anything but myself and my failings. The game's not overly easy. The enemies can kill you. They move at a decent rate, but it's not unfair either. They move like you do. If they kill you, it's because they got the draw first, not because they're superhuman. They just beat you, which is exactly how you want a game to feel. And this is on what was considered on the Master System a budget title. In fact, on the Master System 1, you could get games on a tiny little card as opposed to a cartridge, and they were cheaper, and this game was actually one of the ones that was on card. The version I'm playing is on cartridge because that's what I've got. But I've seen the card, they can fit in your wallet, and they're only a tiny bit bigger than a credit card, and they were a really interesting format. It was a shame it was missed off of the Master System too, but that's what happens when you get smaller redesigns. As can be seen, the game follows the traditions of most games. You work your way up a level until you get to a boss, and the boss will be a bit faster, or it'll have some kind of special moves. And they're challenging, but not stupidly so. In fact, I have to say, I like this game. The graphics can be quite simplistic, really. But we're talking a Master System for one. And not only that, but they're simplistic graphics. And it's a bit like Mario 1 in the fact that the graphics don't go over the top, but that means they don't age either. They're not built up of some kind of weird technology that nobody had the hang of at the time. They're just basic normal graphics that look clean and tidy. The sounds, it's limited, but it's catchy and it gets the mood. And I might have a different opinion if this was an apparently full price title, but this was a budget title. It's clean, it's fun, it has a sort of arcade feel to it. And the most important thing, there was not a Mega Drive version of this. This was a Master System only game. Because I'm afraid where the Master System fell down a lot was in just having really inferior backwards ports of Mega Drive games. That when you played, you just groaned inside because you knew that somebody with more cash than you was playing the Mega Drive game. Okay, and now I'm going to talk about Transbot. Which is also a budget title for the Master System. Now, I could have done a full review of this, but I figured I'd just tack it on the end of this one, because it's in some ways the same sort of thing. It's a good little fun game, which, was sold at a budget price range. And you can kind of tell it is, but it's still good. The graphics are workable but not amazing, the sound's not bad. But what you have on your hands is a sort of R-type style shooter. When you get certain icons, you transform and turn into kind of flying robots, which is why it's called Transbot. Although really that's a sort of bad gimmick, which detracts from the game. But for what it is, the shooting's quite fun. It feels a little bit slower than it ought to. But all in all, it's not a bad game. You see them about, although it's not often talked about, and this is why I've done all of this really, because the Master System just does not get the love it deserves. People write about the NES and how amazing it was, and it was an amazing system. I'm not detracting anything from it, but the Master System wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad little system either. look at the Ninja, look at Transbot. There was a lot of other games. It just deserves some appreciation. I would have to say though, the Ninja is better than Transbot. They've got similar state of graphics, similar standard of music. Transbot just doesn't have the magic touch. When you die, you feel like you've died because it's slow. If it had been like 2% faster, you could get out of the way of that bullet. And you just don't feel that in the Ninja. So if you're going to try one of these, go for the Ninja first. Okay, thank you.